kid-friendly itineraries,
and surfing in Montauk. Welcome back to another episode of the Long Island Tea Podcast, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. And I'm Sharon.
I'm Stacy.
How you doing?
How you doing?
You know,
It's hot outside.
it's hot, cold in here.
Freezing.
I feel so we're back after having a little hiatus.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I'm
I
excited.
knew there was something missing in my life last week. I couldn't put my finger on
Yeah,
it, but
it's
that's
us.
what it was.
It was us. I missed you.
No, you didn't. You had a lot of time with me last week.
It was such a great week. We just got back from Destination International Annual Convention, where it was record-breaking attendance. It was awesome. I learned so much, and I met with so many people. This is a conference that the social battery doesn't get drained. It's invigorating.
It is.
I think it gets energized.
It is. I think during the day you're learning so much. It goes up. It's just like the nighttime where you're schmoozing with so many people.
Yeah,
I think
I mean,
for me.
Yes, you're not a good. You're not that you're not a good networker. I shouldn't say that. It's something that you don't really like.
Yeah,
to
I don't
do.
love it.
You don't love it. So I'm forcing you to do things that you don't like to do. But hey, here we are.
No, it is great. I loved, all the options during the day. We had a problem at some point where there were too many
sessions.
good sessions
at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
So that's what I responded to in my survey. Did you get a survey?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'll forward it to you. That was one of my complaints, because one of the things that I really wanted to, and I actually sent the report to the team just 5 minutes ago, was the Destination Next survey that they release at every annual convention. And it was so informative this year. I really wanted to listen. It was at capacity. I went to it, and they wouldn't let me in. There was like standing room only, nobody, and they had said, same time tomorrow we're doing it again, and I had another session that I really wanted to, so I knew that they would release it and I would be able to read through it, but I wanted to hear the learnings and understand how they came to their answers and things like that. But I did get the report. It was super informative and really just eye-opening about what our industry is going through. It's not something just to us. 42% of DMOs are stating that they are fearful of losing their funding. So it's not something that, and we talked about it a little while ago about the state of Florida and what they were going through. So I think it's just happening nationwide, and it's a scary time. But at the same time, they gave you really good tactics to use. And I think that, listen, advocacy is never more important than it is now. Education is never more important than it is now about what our industry does. So I'm excited to hear your thoughts and feedback on that study once you read through it. It's about 78 pages. Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it in October. I think also, though, like, especially with the 42%, sometimes you feel like what you're experiencing, you're on an island. Mm-hmm. And
no pun intended.
Yes. Nice. But when you're surrounded by people who are, just going through the same thing, highs and lows, it makes your experience feel a little bit more normal. And then it's really a place where you get to trade ideas, not just learn from the sessions, but you're sitting next to people like this. There's time in between sessions to schmooze, and including nighttime, and you get to trade ideas.
I'll tell you what, I had some really, really incredible conversations during those nighttime things. I mean, I think one night we were taking Ubers like every 20 minutes to the next place, because who was hosting what, networking mixers and things like that, but running into people that I don't get to see, but probably have gone through something similar to what I'm experiencing, and I just picking their brains and learning how they overcame something or what they did to overcome is really important, and it's super helpful.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we've said this on an earlier episode. It's like you spend really important time with these people talking about really important things that you look forward to seeing them next year. And there are people that, like, I met this year that this time next year when I go see them, it won't feel like a year has passed. I'll be really eager to see, we'll communicate during the year, but I'll be really eager to see how things have changed for them from year to year.
Exactly. The comparison is always awesome.
Let's not forget the most important part.
What?
Of Destinations International.
Oh.
Which is, give me a drum roll, Michael. Thank you.
Yes.
Sharon's graduation.
Yes.
You received your CDME. If you can dive into that a little bit or a lot, but I just want to sort of quickly define it in a general way for everybody. It's the highest form of education you can have in the tourism industry. It is no joke. This is not something you're sitting and watching a webinar and getting a certification for. This is years and years. This is this is college, part 2.
Right.
And you really learn everything about the tourism and industry from A to Z. And this is no joke. This is really difficult stuff. So please.
Yeah, so this has been a journey, and I'm really excited that it's over. Sad that it's over, too, because you do make a lot. I mean, we talked about it backstage when we were waiting to walk. It was just like you really make so many connections, and you lifelong friends at that point, you know? Again, going back to who's going through what, how did you come through, and what happened, what was your results like, and learning from each other. But really, it's like you said, from A to Z, getting the knowledge, getting the education on leadership, operations, finances, marketing, sales, partnership relations, everything from top down. And it's just something that, you know, it's such a good feeling to be finally done with it, because it's long. It's a long journey, but I was really proud to be able to be amongst my peers. I think there were 67 of us that graduated, and it's ongoing. I think they were talking about the stats of how many people were at those classes following, who are now starting their journey or in their middle of their journey. And I think they had 198 or something, high hundreds going through it. And it's, you know, the team, when I came back, were like, this is amazing. I want to do it too. And I have to pause everyone because it is a very big, huge commitment, not only for yourself and your higher education for your industry, but it's a huge commitment for the organization, not only financially, but also understanding that you're investing in the team in that aspect. So I appreciate, you know, Kristen understanding that this is an important goal that I had. And really, it's leadership, and it's really about, if you want to be a CEO one day of a destination marketing organization, this should be a certification that is absolutely needed. You know, I think that it's an incredible journey that you just learn so much. So I was really grateful to have it be completed, and thank you for attending my graduation.
Yeah, so the winner for the worst content capturer would be me, and I think it's because the way the graduation worked was that, you know, we were all in the audience, and then folks getting awarded were behind stage, backstage, and so someone would come out and give like this beautiful introduction to what it took to become a CDME, and then they're calling people by first name.
Which I was so grateful for, because normally the last.
Yeah, you're still close to the last.
But so because of the largeness of this graduating class this year, we had to do it in 2 groups, and I was in the second group because I start with an S. But it was really great, and you know, I had asked you, and a couple of people were texting me like, "I'll get video," and I'm like, "Can you just grab video that I can just send to my husband?" You know?
Yeah. It didn't work out that well, but my intentions were really good. The problem is, I felt like I was a proud parent.
Yeah.
So like, first I was recording, you know, probably 10 people before you, because I didn't know.
Not knowing.
And it was fine. You know, the way my daughter would make fun of me. I zoomed in. I know you're not supposed to zoom in anymore, and so was not zoomed in for all the people leading up to you, and then I just went so hard. Was it 0.5? Whatever it's called, like so hard into you walking up the steps that there's no like sort of context for the picture. I'm a little shaky because I'm like also screaming woo, and my hands are shaking. So I'm sorry.
No, it was good. I was able to use it, so it was for the context that I needed it for. It was great. So I'm really glad it's over, and also so super grateful to have accomplished this. I'm really honored, you know, to be part of this group. I think there's 200 in the industry, and like I said, this up and coming class is 200 people there too. So it is, you know, I don't want to call it an elite group, but it is, I think, because it's just the importance of everything that goes behind it and that education process.
And being willing to understand every single department at your DMO. You know what I mean? Like you touched upon every single department. That is not easy. And I do want to say, you had mentioned before that a lot of the staff, when you came back, were really interested. I mean, several people inquired about the CDME.
The entire leadership team.
Yeah. But I think it's just, you know, I love shouting out our staff and our team, but it's a testament to people being really devoted to the DMO and seeing somebody who, you know, they picture themselves as you. Yeah. And I think that it's, you know, it's just like you had mentioned, people mentioned it and they mentioned it to me as well. Like it brought a smile to my face that everybody's not, you know, they don't dread doing work. It's going to be a lot of work on top of what we do here, which is very intense work as is, plus balancing their personal lives. But they still want to do it. Yeah. And, so
understanding, because they're probably so sick of me talking about it.
No, we're not.
But no, I think you're 100% right. And I think that was it was so heartwarming to see that and understand, you know, I was speaking to one of our team members and I said, you know, it's not necessarily a hesitation. It's just an understanding. I want everybody to understand the commitment that it takes. And it was great. So we have some alternatives in the works happening, you know, like one step out of a time because, you know, budgetary reasons. But I think it's really great that our team is looking to do that and further educate themselves about our industry and get the knowledge that they, you know, are seeking out. I think it's amazing. Yeah, I think it's also sort of like honest and self-reflective that as hard as we work and everything we know there's more to learn. Right. And, you know, again, I touched on the networking aspect or the collaboration aspect and understanding what other DMOs are going through on a given, you know, successes and, you know, like you said, highs and lows. I think it's so great to just get that knowledge. Yeah. So let's make it about me really quick. Okay. So I helped one of our vendors, Carver Ties, present on Friday morning for the fans. 1 to 10 rating. You're looking at me dead in the eye, so you have to tell me the truth. 1 to 10, just for context, Carver Ties, a vendor we use, they wrap cars. It's great for brand awareness in whatever market, whatever sort of campaign you have going on. They were going over targeting sort of luxury travelers. And because we were there and because we are working with them very closely on Ryder Cup and you know, just the fact that we're a luxury golf destination, all that stuff, they asked me to sort of stand up for the slide that pertains to us and just go into what we were doing with Ryder Cup. Okay. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst? Yeah. Oh, 100% 11 and a half, girl. Get out. Stop your nonsense. God. You are so funny. Get out of here. We were traveling, you know. Sharon. Oh, my God. You were so awesome. We'll touch upon the photo shoot, but I gave Sharon a lot of hugs during this photo shoot that we'll discuss that, and this is why. But it was so good. I know that, you know, we talk internally all the time about public speaking and how sometimes it could be difficult. And if you're not used to it or if you don't like to do it, it can be nerve-wracking. And I think I am one of those people that I'm very nervous public speaker. I'm behind this microphone, behind this camera once a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And it's not for the faint of heart. But getting in front of a group of people with a microphone and having all eyes on you, it's nerve-wracking. At 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. You did 100% an amazing job. And you know, you spoke from the heart, you spoke from the brain. I think that you nailed it with our campaign and all the statistics. And I think just having that partnership with our vendor and understanding that they value what we brought to it. Because I thought it was interesting, one of her campaigns was for somebody else, Palm City. Yeah. And they targeted Montauk. Yes, they did. Which was, I didn't know that. And when she was talking about that, I was like, wow, that is amazing. Yeah, that's a great point. You know, it's wild, but I think you did a fantastic job. I really did. Thank you so much. So yes, public speaking is... I didn't mean to put you on the spot. No, but I also think the more you do it, the easier it gets. Yeah. Imagine if you were like, all right, if you want, honestly, it's a 4.5, but you have like a ton of potential. Like, what did I set myself up for just now? Oh my God, you're so funny. But that was great. I'm like already excited about next year. I think actually, we may have missed
Do you know what market they're doing it in next year? What city? I think they were going to announce
Portland, Oregon. Oh. Yeah. They sent out a whole. They announced it, but they sent out a whole promo video for it too, it looks awesome.
I'm a big fan of the Pacific Northwest.
Yes,
big fan.
Yes, you look like you would be.
I think that as a native New Yorker, I am like wound a little tight or like whatever. But I think if I were to exist there, that other side of me would come out. I would speak a lot more like this instead of like, come on.
Portland, Oregon. It's exciting.
Yeah, that's great. I'm looking forward to going there.
Yes,
immediately.
100%.
Let's touch upon what we did. God, what day of the week was it? Yesterday?
I think so. I don't know.
Oh my God. Where are we?
Kind of teased this personally on my own personal Insta, but we had the best time with Benny Migs Photography. Yeah. He's located in Patchogue, where he hosted us at his studio, which was so surprisingly, I don't know, he must know how to work magic because it was small, but wow, he knew exactly where to stand us, where to pose us, the props to use. He was so kind and like, photo shoots again behind this camera once a week. It's awkward. Yeah. It is so awkward.
I do not thrive in those scenarios. I said, like, I'm like a great dinner party guest. Put me at a table and I can talk about current events and pop culture, food, wine. But like just a camera and like crossing my arms and tilting my head.
And tilting. And like he's like, I'm going to tell you when to tilt, like when to straight forward. Yeah. And like it was.
You did great. You're wildly photogenic. It's like
wildly photogenic.
There is nobody in the universe more photogenic than you.
So funny.
But you know, I put my makeup on in his restroom. Sounds weird. And I thought I left the restroom feeling like, okay, I'm cute. Let's go. And then like to the right, you see the monitor with the picture, and it's like, what the hell?
What the hell? You are so down on yourself. You're such an overly critical person when it comes to yourself.
Listen, in the end, I don't mean to skip over the experience. The pictures came out great.
Magical.
So, and I did learn something about myself, which maybe everybody should go.
75% down into the shoot.
Yeah, 75%. Yeah, about 2.5 hours into a 3-hour shoot, I realized that my eyes do look tired when I smile. And a lot of times people will post pictures of me with my eyes closed. I won't say who, but she knows who she is. And I realized it's not their fault. It's my fault. Right. So I learned I just have to bulge my eyes. And you would think that makes you look like a kook, because I can actually think of people in like tier 2, tier 3 friend circles of mine that bulge their eyes in pictures. And it's like, But when I bulge, it makes my eyes look normal.
Open,
and then I suddenly was turning to the monitor, and
you're like,
I was a model.
There's good.
I'm a model. Yeah.
It was so funny because like it very much reminded me of like a what can I say? JCPenney.
Yes.
Like those, it felt like that. And I think that's what I was like laughing about the whole time. Not because, but because you're in a studio and like this blank wall and all this stuff. But he made them so magical, and I loved what he was so quick. The turnaround was so quick.
Yeah.
So again, I teased a little bit of it on my personal Instagram, but I also sent it to him. I'm like, Benny, like, if this is not okay, let me know. I'll remove it. And he's like, no, I would have removed the watermark. And I'm like, no, I'm helping you here. Like this is for you, bud. But what he did also for us and all of our hot teas is offer this $100 off the session that we had. So typically this session would cost $900, but he's offering it off $100 off if you mention that you heard it from the Long Island Tea podcast. So I'm super excited about that. We'll have all the information in the notes for the show notes, but Benny is a huge partner of ours. We use him for a lot of our events, a lot of things that we do, like our networking events or our annual meeting and things like that. We did have a fam tour group come in for the America's Cup, and we asked him to capture some photos, and then he in turn just, as a professional courtesy, created a beautiful sizzle reel of the event, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And like I said, his turnaround time is I'm like, do you sleep?
Yeah. It's also sort of like a note to small businesses and other vendors, like, he's a one-man show.
Yeah.
And he puts in so much extra effort And, talking about social batteries before, just, going back to our photo shoot, it's tough to stay smiley and in it for that long. And you need the photographer to stay at the same level he was at when you started. And he did.
He did.
And if one of us would be critical, he quickly turns it around.
Yeah.
And he noticed when things were awkward, because there are times where I've taken pictures or been part of other photo shoots, even just family ones, where it's like, why didn't you correct the stance there?
Right.
Why didn't you had to have seen that?
Yeah.
Objectively, that's not a great look. And he was, sort of helping us out with that. And also shout out to Sarah.
Oh yeah,
on our social team.
Yeah,
we put her to work as well. I'm like, Sarah, how's my hair?
Yeah.
She's like, it's fine. Like,
no, it was great. And like you said, I think he's such a professional.
Yeah.
He had also really amazing. He has an eye. So he's like, I know it sounds weird, but this is, I have a vision. This is what I'm envisioning. And then he would take it and he'd be like, nope, it's not coming out the way I want it.
Yeah.
But he really was so good, so professional to work with. And again, such a great partner of ours. So thank you, Benny. Yes. And Hot Teas, please, please, please. I cannot, as Stacy says, don't sleep on this. Definitely go into the show notes and find out how to get this session, because it's really an incredible. And stay tuned, because we're going to release the photo shoot. We're going to be having an updated website and social. I'm super excited.
Yeah, and just consider him. We did something nice for the podcast, but you can go in for headshots. I mean, any photography purposes you can do. A newlywed shot, anything that a photographer could do. I would just check out his website and stuff and see and take advantage.
His portfolio is incredible.
Take advantage of that discount, because you'll be really. I was really, really surprised when we saw the pictures yesterday.
I know.
He worked.
That's what I said. Did he go to sleep? I mean, it's crazy. All right. Let's get into our new segment, which is Tell Us You're a Long Islander. I'm super excited about this new segment, because we can't. It's so funny, because it was your idea, and I was like, this is a great concept, and I loved it. And now we're fighting over who is the Long Islander this week, because
it's true.
It's true. We have so many amazing people here in our community. We did a short, brief interview with Dan De Filippo, because his team reached out to us. They're Hot Teas themselves, and he is releasing a new book called Montauk Dayz. And let's get into his interview.
All right, we are joined today by Dan De Filippo, a 3-time Emmy Award-winning producer and founder of Pipeline Entertainment, Los Angeles-based production and talent management company. His producing credits span film, TV, docs, and more. And his latest project is Montauk Dayz, that's with a Z. This is a surf-infused, coming-of-age memoir set in the 1990s. Montauk Dayz recounts Dan's journey as a wide-eyed young man fleeing expectations, hitchhiking out east, surfing Montauk's legendary breaks, and embracing the summer's freedom without a care. Dan captures a nostalgic, raw, and reflective portrait of youth, self-discovery, and the timeless lore of Long Island's coast.
We are so excited and so happy to have you with us today. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. We're preparing for a book event tonight, so we're squeezing it in.
I love it. Thank you so much. I just really want to talk to you about what it was like for you growing up in the 90s in Montauk and learning how to surf and finding the love for it.
I actually started surfing out here, Gilgo Beach, Robert Moses. Montauk I discovered a little bit later on when I was 14, 15. We used to go out, with $5 of gas money.
Yeah, exactly. Hope and a prayer.
One-way ticket,
exactly.
Right? But then in my earlier life, actually, but later years, I actually wrote for the Montauk Pioneer as a surf columnist.
Wow.
And I was a journalist for Dan's Papers magazine.
That's awesome.
So that's what I really dove in.
Yeah. Is there a favorite spot in Montauk?
It depends. I mean, when it's real big, Turtles is amazing. It's like Waimea Bay of the East Coast. Terrace is a real fun break. When Gurney's breaks, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
There's so many spots.
There's so many spots.
Radars.
Well, you said you really grew up with using Gilgo Beach and Robert Moses Beach. I feel like for myself, growing up and going to Gilgo Beach, which is a town beach, we would go out there and we would just hang out all day until sunset, and the surfers were still out there. It doesn't matter what time of day; it's just when the break is great, right?
Right, exactly. You just stay in.
Yeah. Why come back out? Is
Out?
there any hidden spots that you think our listeners wouldn't know about, but you would love to tell about?
There are a few, actually. I live in Point Lookout now. And when the cove breaks here, it's like on the Jones Beach Inlet. Mm-hmm. It kind of it's where the inlet comes in and then turns into Reynolds Channel. And if you have the perfect conditions, there's like a great 3 to 5 foot wave that breaks there. It's like nobody knows about it.
That's awesome.
And you can't park down here, so
you're spilling
it's like
some
a locals
surfing tea
only.
today.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing.
I hope you aren't sworn to secrecy because you're about to get in trouble. Let's dive into your book. What inspired
Sure.
it, and what message do you hope resonates with your readers?
Well, what inspired it was I was stuck in San Francisco for 3 weeks when I was 18, and I ended up meeting Ken Kesey, who Tom Wolfe wrote the electric Kool-Aid acid test about. Mm-hmm. And so I hung out with Ken and the Merry Pranksters for like 24 hours, and then came back to New York. And after hanging out with Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters for a day or so, you can't go back to suburbia. So I basically just grabbed my surfboard and hitchhiked to Montauk from Smithtown with like no plan whatsoever. So that's really where it kicks off. And, on the way out to Montauk, these guys pulled over on the Long Island Expressway, stole my surfboard.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it turned into kind of a let's find my board kind of thing.
Journey.
Yeah, but it's really all about all the different cast of characters that I've met along the way, and just like crazy adventures that were had.
Do you? Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, just for readers, I just want them to kind of not be afraid to live, like go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I love that. What message or feeling do you hope that your readers will take away from it?
Freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. Really, don't get locked into your day-to-day so much. Yeah. You always need something different and more to kind of inspire your life, I think.
A lot of the times when we're feeling down or out, or sometimes we just say, I just need to touch grass. But I feel like you are more, I just need to get in the water.
Yeah, totally. I mean, my sailboat's right down the street. We're going out tomorrow. It's just a part of my life. I just love the water.
Yeah.
Do you feel
and I love grass, too.
Do you think surfing teaches lessons that spill over into how you approach creativity or life?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, every wave's a different ride. It's kind of like every creative project's a different wave, in a sense. And, there are some days where it's just mellow and you're kind of just floating around in the ocean, watching the dolphins. And, other days it's 20 feet high and you're having near-death experiences.
That's crazy. We're talking about how more so recently the dolphins are coming in closer to the shoreline, and it must be wild to be out there surfing alongside them.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, they're right off the beach here almost every day, 20, 30 yards.
Do you find it's more recent, or do you think it's been happening and we're just kind of...
In the last couple of years, they've come back. Yeah. And we actually, sailing just off of Jones Beach here, we've seen a lot of whales, too, which is super cool.
That is cool.
And very, very close.
Yeah, exactly. They're very close. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dan, describe your perfect Long Island surf day. And then what are you eating after?
Perfect Long Island surf day, huh? Dawn break. Somewhere in Montauk that's going off. And, what do you eat after? I mean, if you stop to eat.
Right.
Fair.
If you stop to eat, I don't know, seafood's always good out that way, right? Because
like
they're catching it like all day.
Lobster rolls.
Lunch, we used to go to lunch and get 2 lobster rolls for like $10. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what the price is these days.
It's just become so popular. It's amazing.
Yeah. It was like getting a hot dog.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Are you ready for a quick fire round?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Quick fire. Sunrise surf session or sunset?
Sunset.
Which beach town has the best personality on Long Island, and why?
I honestly have to say where I live now, Point Lookout, and it's because everybody knows everybody. It hasn't been Montauked in a sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dream collaboration. Name a filmmaker, surfer, writer, athlete you'd love to work with.
I would like to work with Tarantino again. I worked for his agent when I was in Los Angeles, but to actually collaborate with him on a script. I would love for him to direct Montauk Dayz. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. And what an amazing director.
Yes, hopefully he's
Right.
listening right now. What's more thrilling, scoring a perfect swell or landing a dream project, or perhaps a dream director?
Well, Hollywood's a tough town, so I would say you have more chance at scoring a perfect swell than getting a movie off the ground for $50 million.
Fair.
There's a lot. They're both risky things, but one of them is extremely more financially risky.
Attainable, right? One's more attainable.
Yeah. One's more attainable. It's like $8 to park at the beach and, hope for the best.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
finally, what is one non-surf thing people should do when they visit Long Island?
Sail, I would say. And, we also have so many cool parks. There's a lot of hiking, kayaking, that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I loved having you, Dan. Thank you so much for your time. And we're going to have your book is available at pipeline-talent.com, or right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon, Kindle. The hardcover and the audiobook will come out this fall. We're going to Europe to promote it in August.
That's awesome.
So it'll be available over there soon as well. So
Very cool.
But Amazon's the best place. And
Yeah,
everybody has it.
Everybody has it. It's like overnight delivery, or like you said,
Right.
on your Kindle right there. It was such a great conversation. I love talking to you, and I think that we are so proud to have Long Islanders like you in our community, and really telling the story about our waters, our ways of surfing and sailing. And because we're an island, we are a water destination, and I think it's really great to have people like you.
Thank you so much. That touches my heart.
Dan, can you tell our fans and our listeners where to find you?
Yeah, on Instagram, we're Montauk_Dayz, DAYZ. And then same thing on Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you. How great was he?
That was great. I'm very, very eager to read the book. I have it. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet, though, to read. But it just sounds like anything sort of that 90s nostalgia plus
surfing
plus Montauk.
Plus
It's like,
Montauk,
okay,
his journey out east.
It's
I
a
think
summer read.
It
It's
is
a
a
perfect summer
beautiful
read.
beach read, I bet.
Yeah.
He was awesome. Another great Long Island personality that we are so happy to share. If our fans want to reach out and share with us who you think your Long Islander should be featured, please reach out to us through Instagram or DM, or you can email us at spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.
Long Island Life.
Long Island Life, Stacy. What is happening?
So 4-Leaf Air Show, it's moving to July 4th weekend. So next year, Jones Beach 4-Leaf Air Show will take place on Sunday, July 5th and Monday, July 6th, moved from its usual Memorial Day weekend slot to coincide with the United States 250th birthday celebration. This aligns with Fleet Week in New York. It's also moving to July 4th weekend. Headlines by the amazing U.S. Navy Blue Angels. What they do every summer is too cool. It surprises me every year.
We love this show, obviously. We've had our few remotes there. I'm super excited it's moving to 4th of July weekend because I feel like it was weather permitted.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it had to do with the weather. Memorial Day is our official kickoff to summer, but I honestly feel like July 4th is like the official kickoff.
I totally agree. And I like Memorial Day. Let's leave that weekend alone. Let people get used to summer. Go where you need to go. Have your kickoff barbecue. We don't necessarily need to rush there. And then it's something to look forward to. I think for me, like, even over the weekends, I like to look forward to certain things. I think Memorial Day weekend standing on its own was something to look forward to. Now, July 4th Air Show is like this other thing to look forward to.
I'm telling you what. So Fleet Week, Stacey, this should be like, this whole weekend is like right up your alley.
It sure
I
is.
mean,
Sure is.
you are a single lady. Go go into Fleet Week, and that's the place to be.
Do you think people can see my red cheeks if they're watching?
Yeah, we are on camera. But then also definitely visit the air show where we see the navy blue angels. I'm so excited.
So attached to obviously the 250th birthday celebration is what Long Island is doing for the 250th commemoration, I should say, of the American Revolution and all the things that have happened since then. And I've just been in a lot of meetings, a lot of calls, all really, really enjoyable. Just discussing what Long Island is going to do, specifically what Suffolk County is going to do to commemorate the 250th anniversary. So we've got a huge press conference going on the first week of August. There is a passport that we're creating with Suffolk County, which will list all sorts of libraries and historical sites that you visit, and you get a stamp. And you
so
see,
fun.
I love things that remind me of like my own childhood.
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
And just leave your phone in the car.
Right.
Kids and adults alike. Leave it in the car, because when you do these things, you remember that even if it was boring to you as a kid, because it was like, this is the class trip.
Yeah.
There's something about it as you grow up where you're like, no, this is very cool that there's like a president slept here.
Right.
Or like what these quarters were like, or where this kitchen looks like. So it's really exciting to do that stuff. And actually growing up, my dad was like a really big historian.
Oh, wow.
In order to like go to the mall, we'd have to like go see a Civil War reenactment. It was something that like it's with my siblings and I that we still joke about.
Right.
Because we actually ended up making our kids do the same thing, but you know, there's like such an appreciation for it. And we were just at Sacticos Manor the other day doing a walkthrough for the August 6th press conference. And all these presidents and you know, political people slept there, and you're looking in and it was just, I don't know, I found it so interesting that I suddenly became this like history nerd.
Yeah.
And so this stuff is really cool. So I definitely would just say to all the hot teas, you know, keep your eye open. We try to inform you guys and we give you the links and all that stuff. But the commemoration it's taking place starting this summer, but it's going through the whole year, because next year is actually the 250th anniversary.
And then there's still more after that. So it was like a 7-year, 8-year thing. And you said it when we were growing up, it was not that it seemed boring, but it was like forced that you have to listen to or whatever. But as an adult, like having Kim from Three Village the other week, she was amazing. I wanted to hang out with her all day, and I wanted her to talk to me all day about it. Like she was just,
I know. The staff that heard what she was saying outside the studio said the same thing. They were like, we were never taught history like that,
right?
You know. And now I think also with like technology and all that stuff, you can really bring history to your kids in a fun way if school is in fact not doing that. But I know that there's all sorts of like new and innovative programs in the school system, and that I think people maybe are hanging on to, you know, history a bit more than we may.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, it's exciting. And I think that I'm really happy that we're a part of it, because it's just, to your point, you know, Long Island is home of, you know, where presidents slept. And it's just crazy. This summer, another thing, Long Island life. This summer, the beloved Long Island Game Farm in Manorville celebrates its 55th anniversary, unveiling a brand new outdoor Susan Novak stage and a scenic woodland trail. Families can continue hand-feeding the gentle animals, enjoying pony rides and zookeeper chats, and then settle in for a songbird session, a relaxing summer concert series running Saturdays from 6 to 8 p.m., featuring local singer-songwriters and national touring acts. I think that is such a sweet thing.
Right up my alley.
Right? Like that is so
soft, my voice. Just
yes,
like I want to go to
songbird
session.
Yes. Some of the concert dates are July 26th, featuring Brady Reimer and Rising Stars, family friendly, 3-time Grammy nominee.
Very cool.
August 9th is Adam Ezra Group, the folk, rock, and soul. And then August 23rd is From Montauk to Nashville, featuring Chloe Haplin, Toby Tobias, and Lori Hubbard. And then September 13th is Patty Larkin and Lucy Kaplansky. I love Lucy Kaplansky. Do you listen to her?
No.
She's...
Really?
Yeah, listen to her. She's awesome.
Oh, I will. And then perhaps I'll see you there September 13th.
Yes, exactly. We can pet the animals. Every concert is set in the round, nestled among friendly animals with optional capybara meetings? What? Experiences and light bites from Castaway Catering. It's summer storytelling at its best, and live music accompanied by wagging tails, warm memories, and family laughter. I love the Game Farm. They are just...
Oh, me too.
They are such an Long Island icon.
I like another reason to go there because we went there more when my kids were little. And my kids are huge animal lovers, so I mean, it really does still apply. But this is like another reason to be like, all right, let's go, let's hang out with these animals, and then let's just bring a blanket and settle in and hang out.
It's another version of concerts in the park. You know, it really is, and I really hope that they get great attendance for this anniversary year. I love this.
This is the cute stuff, though, that like, you know, we talk about big events and major happenings, but you know, we also try to really focus on
community events. Yeah, definitely.
And things that like people can really, it doesn't cost anything. You know, go with your friends, go with your kids, and it's just a nice way to spend the night without thinking too hard about what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. We got a new blog for, speaking of kids.
Yeah.
I think August is Kid and Family Month, right? I think. Double check. Fact check me, Michael. But we have a new blog coming out about your kid-approved Long Island itinerary ideas. Planning, as we know as moms, planning a trip with kids in town can feel like organizing a circus.
Family Fun Night or Family Fun Month.
Family Fun Month, the month of August. So we're getting there.
I know, but don't rush.
I know. But yeah, planning, you know, trying to figure out anything to do with the children that can satisfy all of them.
Yep.
Right. So that's the hard thing that I have to deal with. I have my 6-year-old and I have my 12-year-old and 9-year-old. My 9-year-old will do whatever I say. She's easy.
Yeah.
You know,
That's funny. A middle child being the easy one.
She's super easy. Like, and they're all pretty easy, but I think like she just goes with the flow. I think because she's a middle child. I don't know. I'm the youngest, so I don't know.
Me too.
My oldest is like, it has to, you know, he's a boy and he wants to do fun activities. And then my youngest, a lot of things don't gear towards her, you know?
Don't say a nasty word about her.
No, I know.
That is my girl.
She is.
I will be personally offended.
Yeah. But I mean, like when we go to Adventureland, you know, not Adventureland because that's very family friendly for all ages. Six Flags.
Yeah.
You know, we have to separate because she's not old enough or tall enough to go on rides. So I think it's hard to plan, but our communications team has created this wonderful blog for all the planning adventures.
Yeah. I will just shout out Missy and Courtney and our press team. The blogs are the articles that I read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I didn't work here, these are the ones when they come through, you know, when, whether it's in a newsletter or on a website or whatever, these are the ones that I'm like, oh, this is my weekend.
Yeah.
This is
what I'm doing.
This is what you're saying. Like, it's so complicated. I have two. Mine are at pretty easy ages right now, to be honest. I'll be sure to complain about them on a different episode. But this is the type of stuff that it makes it very easy because they're just giving you the agenda.
They wrote an itinerary for you.
Yeah. So let's go over it. Here's an example. North Shore in the morning. Wake up, go eat a hearty breakfast at Hatch in Huntington. If you haven't been there yet, it's not okay. You're not okay. Get over there. Known for larger-than-life brunch dishes, true story, and diner classics with a modern twist. I really would. And then, of course, walk around Huntington.
Yeah.
But if you haven't been to Hatch.
Walk the downtown, see look in the beautiful windows and, visit those little boutiques. It is not a disappointment. You can spend your afternoon at Crab Meadow Beach in Northport, where the calm waters, wide stretch of sand, and shallow shoreline make it ideal for younger swimmers because, as we know, sometimes the waves, as Dan talked, the swells can get really high. Pack your sand toys or a beach ball and let the kids run wild while you enjoy the scenic views of Long Island Sound.
Vanderbilt Museum and Planetarium. I've brought this up several times. I've been there for kid reasons and for not kid reasons. So if you're looking to beat the heat, avoid sand in your shoes. Who likes that? The nearby Vanderbilt Planetarium and Museum offers a mix of history and space age excitement. While the mansion tours might be better suited for older kids, the planetarium shows offer a fascinating break indoors. I second this personally. We have seen many laser light shows at the planetarium, and they're ones ranging from Sesame Street characters to Pink Floyd, and it really is a very cool way, whether it's at night or whether you want to beat the heat during the day. I would really recommend heading over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you can grab some lunch.
Oh my God, we didn't even get to lunch yet.
No. we grab some lunch at a local deli or diner, Long Island local style, and then continue to make your way through the North Shore, and then you can end up with dinner and cap off the day at Del Vino Vineyards in Northport.
Pardon my French, but hell yeah.
Yes, absolutely. This vineyard is family friendly with outdoor seating, spacious lawns, live music on many evenings, and parents can enjoy a glass of wine and wood-fired pizza while the kids have room to roam and soak in the sunset. I do have to say this, it's family friendly. They offer an array of food. It's not just the wood fire pizza. Like, they have a delicious menu. Michael's favorite is the frosé.
Oh, that's also Stacy's favorite.
Yes,
we'll do that soon together, Michael.
Yes,
right
absolutely.
Right after this.
Yeah, exactly. But the best part about it is you can, if you're coming from far away, fly into Islip MacArthur Airport, hop on the railroad, the Long Island Railroad, and take you to any of our amazing downtowns that have so many things to offer. We talked about Huntington and Northport, but there's also the Port Jeff line. And then you can learn more by visiting our blog at discoverlongisland.com/blog. Again, that's discoverlongisland.com/blog.
Let's talk about this weekend on Long Island, although it's actually starting today.
Yes.
But it does extend into the next
yes.
week. I'm very, very excited for this. We recently had, we focused on the Stoller Center.
Yes, we had our last podcast.
Was it the last one?
Yeah, and we skipped.
Yeah, last week has me off. Get there. There is still time to buy tickets. I'm very excited. Tonight is opening night.
Yes.
I will see you there. Yes, I'm very excited. But for our hot teas, you still have time to visit and get tickets to the Stony Brook Film Festival, Friday and Saturday at Stoller Center.
So what else is happening? On Friday the 25th is the Long Island History Hunt. It's happening all weekend long at various museums across the island.
Greenport Farmers Market, if you haven't been there.
Get there.
We were just mentioning like downtowns and railroad, the Long Island Railroad. Greenport, you actually taught me.
Yeah.
I knew it in the back of my head because I think I've taken the railroad there, but I didn't make the good connection, which is it dumps you in the middle of the beautiful town.
Yeah.
So dump is probably the wrong word. It brings you into the town. So once you get on the train, get off the roads anyway.
Yeah.
You don't even want to deal with summer traffic. And so you just take the railroad out to Greenport, and the farmers market is stellar.
It is stellar. Saturday, July 26th is the Paddle Battle Long Island. I promised our good friend that I was going to join by paddling, but I don't know. I'll have to maybe just cheer him on.
All right. I feel like it's something you should do.
I know.
We'll get there. And then again, another farmers market, another amazing one is in West Hampton.
Yeah, absolutely. West Hampton Beach. For more events to check out and detailed info, please visit discoverlongisland.com or download our mobile app to show you what's happening near you. It's geo-targeted, so you will be able to open up, anything that's happening in the area where you are.
Celebrity.
Yes, we ready? I feel like this is we have a charity.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So our good friends reached out to us, Huntington Village. They reached out and let us know that the Bartenders League is returning on Wednesday, July 23rd at the Rust and Gold. Long Island's best bartender will battle it out using spirits from Beyond Distilling Company, all to benefit the Culture City, a nonprofit creating sensory inclusive spaces nationwide. $20 at the door gets you unlimited tastings, cocktails, late night food, and a night out for a great cause. So I highly recommend attending. Check out the show notes for more information.
Yeah, just restate. When is that?
July 23rd, Wednesday, at the Rust and Gold. Long Island's best bartenders will be battling.
Wow.
Yeah, $20.
Like an amazing night all around.
Absolutely, and the proceeds benefit the Culture City, a nonprofit. So we're here for it. Celebrity. Did you see that TikTok that Bethany Frankel made?
I did.
So I am not necessarily a huge Desperate Housewives.
Housewives of New York.
Housewives. What is it?
It could be Desperate Housewives of New York, but it's not. It's just
the Real Housewives.
The Real Housewives.
Like, I'm not a reality Real Housewife watcher. I do love and follow Bethany because of her whole skinny taste line. Yeah. But she did this perfect synopsis of the Hamptons and what to see there in her point of view, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, she was just comparing how each town is as though you were speed dating. So sort of describing, using adjectives to describe, how each town differs from the next, from one to the next.
Because when you say the Hamptons, people don't realize it's not just one town.
It's a cluster.
It's a cluster, and it takes you all the way out to Montauk. So Montauk is still considered the township of East Hampton. So it's interesting. But yeah, I love her. I think she's hilarious.
There is. I have to. Maybe we can incorporate it. There is somebody who does. I think I see it on Instagram, who does Bethany and Blonde.
Ramona.
Did you ever see he does impressions of them?
No, maybe.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people. You probably
yeah.
So he does amazing impressions of both of them, and I feel like he would do this one really well. I'll have to share that with you guys. But we love all the Hamptons cluster equally. There's something,
absolutely.
They are distinct.
They are distinct
when you drill
own.
down.
Yeah.
I think when you're coming from, when you're not in New York or a Long Island, or you're coming from out of town, it may all just seem like one sort of like, the same, just one big Hamptons.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, really look into it and experience each of those downtowns.
Yeah.
Because they do differ from town to town, and it's fun that you walk away with like a better understanding of when you got
of
there.
that region. Absolutely. Another celebrity fun fact is our good friend reached out and said how much she misses the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that at the age of 82 years old, Al Pacino has announced he's expecting his fourth child with his 29-year-old girlfriend. Stop.
Tell him to stop.
Stop it. Stop. That's like, what? This poor child.
Yes. Listen, there's no ageism going on here. Of course, I'm very happy for his wife, girlfriend.
29 years old.
Yep. She wants to be a mom, and it's coming true. And that,
I guess that's what he's doing. Maybe that's what it is.
maybe.
You know?
I think that might be a compliment.
That is a
It's a
definite
little
compliment.
too complimentary. But it's like you do commit to being a parent when you have a baby.
Yeah.
And the expectation, knock on wood, is that you exist for a really long time. And at 82 years old, bless his heart, maybe he has...
Magic?
He's on, like some sort
You think
of like
he's going to be magically
he's on like a health plan where
Yeah.
he expects to live another 20 or 30 years. That's not reality. But
he's probably, I don't know.
it's just it's hard to conceptualize for so many reasons.
For so many different levels.
But good for them. We don't.
I love how positive you are about
We're
this.
not haters here on the T.
Okay.
We love children. Mm-hmm. I miss my grandpa. He was in his 80s. Shout out to the octogenarians. And
It's
good
just
for Al.
wild.
Just
All right.
getting it done.
You're here for it. Yeah.
Getting it done.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
And bless his girlfriend's heart for.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
What an incredible episode. I feel like we covered so much. So thank you if you're still listening. But definitely be sure to, reach out to us on our new segment with Tell Us About who your Long Islander is. I think it's a great new addition to the T. And tune in to our photo shoot results because I'm so proud of them. And I'm so proud of Benny. And I think that really, seriously, again, Stacy's words, don't sleep on this discount.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience where he will come to you. You don't have to go to that. Was one of the biggest things.
Important to know it.
He will come to you to wherever your location of choice would be. But yeah, tune in to us next week because we have more to spill.
Don't forget to rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to your podcast.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow the Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.